So good morning dear cadets. Today I am going to teach you the physical properties of HNO3. So yesterday the commercial preparation of HNO3 I taught, that is the Ostwald method, and that is very important. Please remember that, but steps are very easy, you can remember them. So now the physical properties of HNO3. First one is it is colorless liquid. What is this one? It is not colored, it is colorless liquid. Remember, it is colorless when it is freshly prepared. What is this one? Freshly prepared. Okay. Second one is corrosive. What is the meaning of corrosive? If it falls on your skin by mistake, then blisters will be produced. So it is corrosive in nature. Its boiling point is 355.3 Kelvin. Old sample of HNO3 look like yellow color due to the dissolution of NO2. Okay, due to dissolution of NO2. Now try to understand how NO2 will dissolve into HNO3, because you have taken only HNO3 solution. Then why NO2 is dissolving? Just see, answer is written here. HNO3, old sample of HNO3 dissociate into NO2 and which dissolve in HNO3 and make it yellow. So that is why I wrote here it is colorless when it is freshly prepared. But if you will take its old sample, then what will be there? In due course of time, some amount of HNO3 will dissociate and it will form NO2 gas. Here dissociation reaction is also written. It will form NO2. This NO2 will dissolve in HNO3, and now this HNO3 will be called fuming HNO3, and their color is yellow color. So who is imparting yellow color to HNO3? The NO2 is imparting the yellow color to the HNO3. Okay, and in old sample some amount of HNO3 will dissociate into NO2. Same NO2 is dissolved in the HNO3 and impart it to yellow color. So HNO3 plus NO2 mixture is known as fuming HNO3. The last year I told you fuming H2SO4, oleum. H2SO4 plus SO3, that mixture is known as oleum. And now what is the name of this one? Fuming H2SO4. So this is the important physical property of HNO3. Now let us go to the chemical property. So just see, as far as chemical properties is concerned, HNO3 is acid. First thing is it is acid. And what is the quality of acid? What is the quality of, what are the properties of acid? Acid must turns blue litmus to red. Okay, so if one drop of HNO3 is fall on the blue litmus, suddenly it will turn into red. So the first thing is it is acidic in nature. Okay, why HNO3 turns blue litmus red? Because of the furnishing of H positive ion. What, according to the chemical property, what are the characteristics of acids? Acids are those substances which furnishes H positive ion in their aqueous solution, according to Arrhenius theory. Okay, so just see, you can write reaction in this way or you can write reaction in this way. HNO3 plus H2O equal to hydronium ion and NO3 negative ion. Okay, so these are the two qualities of acid. What is the third property of acid? If any substance is claiming to be acidic in nature, it must react with the base. And when it must react with the base, it must form salt and water with the evolution of small amount of heat. So just try to understand this one. HNO3 react with base NaOH and it form NaNO3, that is salt, plus water, and small amount of heat must be evolved. Not only this one, it reacts with some other bases also, sodium carbonate, sodium hydrogen carbonate, and form here sodium nitrate. What does it form? Sodium nitrate, that is salt. This is also salt. Now since they are the carbonate salts, so carbon dioxide gas must be evolved. Carbon dioxide gas must be evolved with the evolution of small amount of heat in both reaction. Okay, so in a nutshell what we can say, HNO3 is nothing but a acid. Okay, since it is acid, that is why it must furnish H positive ion, it must turn the blue litmus red, it must react with the bases. Bases may be strong or weak, but it must react, and HNO3 is doing so. Okay, so the most important thing is here, the old sample of HNO3 looks like yellow. Why? Old sample of HNO3 looks like yellow because of the dissolution of NO2 gas. What is the color of NO2? Brown color gas. But when it dissolves with the colorless HNO3 solution, it turns yellow. Okay, so please remember this one. So in this way physical property is over. Now under chemical property, the first one is acidic in nature. I have covered, it is acidic in nature. Now reaction of metal with HNO3, that is the very important aspect, and almost every year, let it be 1 marks or 3 marks question, they are asking from this particular portion. Okay, they will give you one particular reaction, how concentrate HNO3 react with the sulfur, what are the product. Sometime in 1 marks question simply they will write what is the product of when sulfur react with HNO3, what is the product when carbon react with concentrate HNO3, what is the product when zinc react with concentrate HNO3, what is the product when zinc react with dilute HNO3, what is the product when copper react with concentrate HNO3, what is the product when copper react with dilute HNO3. So all those things you should remember. Now I will try hard to give you some tricks so that you can remember the product name, and always remember that particular portion you can only understand when you know the proper concept of as means reduction, oxidation, oxidizing agent and reducing agent. In one of the video by writing the chemical equation I told you what is the meaning of oxidizing agent and reducing agent. Once again I am telling you, the substance which undergoes oxidation, that is reducing agent, and metal is very famous for that. Substance which undergoes reduction, that is oxidizing agent, one thing. Second one thing, substance which undergoes oxidation, their positive oxidation state must be increased or negative oxidation state must be decreased. Okay, once again, substance which undergoes oxidation, their positive oxidation state must increase or negative oxidation state must decrease. Okay, substance which undergoes reduction, their negative oxidation state must increase or positive oxidation state must decrease. Okay, so if you know this concept, then only you will remember. But remember, it is very easy also. Only the thing is you should understand the concept of oxidizing agent, reducing agent, oxidation and reduction. Okay, so dear cadets, now reaction of HNO3 with metals. Okay, so just try to understand, HNO3 is oxidizing agent, so it must undergo reduction. When HNO3 react with metal, following reduction product may be obtained. Okay, just see, HNO3 is oxidizing agent, so in the chemical reaction it must undergo reduction. So what are the product, reduction product of HNO3? When HNO3 gains 1 electron, so its reduction product may be NO2. When gains 2 electron, its reduction product may be NO. When gains 2 plus 1 means 3 electron. Okay, are you getting my point or not? 2 electron here, 1 electron here. Then reduction product may be N2O. When it gains, remember, 4 plus 5, 2, 7 and 8 electron. So its reduction product is NH3. Okay, are you getting my point or not? Means these are the possible reduction product of HNO3. And now question arises here, which will form? Okay, so the which will be reduction product, it depends upon certain factors. So what are those factors? The first factor is nature of metal. What kind of metal you have taken? Okay, metals are two types. One category of metal which are placed above the hydrogen in the activity series or reactivity series. Okay, and what kind of metals are placed above the hydrogen in reactivity series whose electrode potentials are negative. Okay, so all metals which are having negative electrode potential, they are placed above the hydrogen. Okay, second one is less electropositive metal. Less electropositive metals are those metals which have got the positive electrode potential and they are placed below the hydrogen in reactivity series, like silver, copper, platinum, gold. These are less electropositive metal. So the which will be the reduction product, it depends upon the nature of metal. Second factor is it depends upon the strength of acid also. What kind of acid you have taken, whether you have taken dilute or concentrate. Remember, if dilute, here I have written more the dilution, greater will be the extent of reduction. More the dilution, greater will be the extent of reduction. Means extent of reduction, if it is more than, what is the meaning of this one? Means if dilute HNO3 you will take. So these means extent of reduction will be more. Means either this one or this one you will get. Okay, you will not get this one. Okay, extent of reduction is more. But remember, this is also not correct. Now second factor may come into effect. What kind of metals you have taken? Now suppose more electropositive metal you have taken and dilute acid you have taken. Okay, are you getting my point or not? Then 100% you will get the such kind of product here. Okay, one more factor is there, that is the temperature. Temperature also affect the product, reduction product. Okay, so now in a nutshell what we can say, the reaction of HNO3 with the metal is complex type of reaction. It depends upon certain factors. Okay, like what nature of metal you have taken, what is the strength of acid, and what is the temperature. So just try to understand. Here they have taken two metals only. Means according to your CBSE syllabus NCERT book, two metals they have taken. One metals they have taken zinc, other metal they have taken copper. So zinc is the metal whose electrode potential is negative 0.76 volt. It is placed above the hydrogen. Another metal is copper, which is placed below the hydrogen. Their electrode potential is positive. So two representative metals they have taken. One is more electropositive metal. Second one is less electropositive metal they have taken. And now their reaction with concentrate HNO3 and their reaction with dilute HNO3. Okay, both cases. Means zinc will react with the dilute HNO3, zinc will react with the concentrate HNO3. Similarly, copper will react with the concentrate HNO3 and copper will react with the dilute HNO3. So what are the products? Just see. That only extent of reduction will be different. Okay, extent of reduction will be different. That is the only issue here. So sometime this will be the product, sometime this will be the product. Okay, sometime this will be the product. That is the only matter. Are you getting my point or not? Now some places ammonia is also the product, but those metals are SN, PB. So such kind of reaction is they have not given. Only just you remember or by heart the reaction of zinc with dilute and concentrate HNO3, reaction of copper with dilute and concentrate HNO3. If you remember that one, then definitely if same question will come, you will write and you will have the full marks, and out of these two, one definitely will come in the exam. So now dear cadets, reaction of concentrate HNO3 with zinc. Okay, just see, this is the reaction. Zinc react with HNO3, concentrate. Two-step reaction I am writing. So what does it form? It forms zinc nitrate plus 2 nascent hydrogen. Remember here, in the step number first, nascent hydrogen is evolved. So what is the meaning of this one? It seems that in step number first, HNO3 only has got the hydrogen. So this nascent hydrogen has been furnished by HNO3. So HNO3 should have been the reducing agent, because what is the definition of reducing agent? Reducing agent is the substance which furnishes the nascent hydrogen. So it seems that HNO3 is furnishing nascent hydrogen in step number first, hence it is a reducing agent. It is wrong. Actually, HNO3 is furnishing nascent hydrogen because of the strong electropositive character of zinc. Are you getting my point or not? Zinc is electropositive metal. It is known for removal of electron. So under the influence of this one, HNO3 is furnishing nascent hydrogen. So here in the step number first, the real means reducing agent is zinc. Okay. If zinc would not have been here, always remember, if more electropositive metal is not in the first step, then HNO3 would not have furnish nascent hydrogen. Remember, this means nascent hydrogen can only be furnished by HNO3, concentrate HNO3, if here metal is taken is strong electropositive metal, means if their electrode potential is negative. Remember, in this step number second, what is there? That nascent hydrogen has been gained by the HNO3, concentrate HNO3. So what is the definition of oxidizing agent? Oxidizing agents are those substances which furnishes nascent oxygen or gained nascent hydrogen. And now just see, in the step number second, that nascent hydrogen has been gained by the HNO3 and products are NO2, H2O. Okay. To cancel out this one, I have multiplied with this one. So 2 will be cancelled out here, and ultimately I wrote the final equation. Now just see, zinc is 0 here, zinc is +2 here. So 0 to +2, there is an increase in the positive oxidation state. So zinc is undergoing oxidation, hence reducing agent. Already in the step number first I wrote here, HNO3 nitrogen oxidation state is +5, but here in NO2 nitrogen oxidation state is +4. So it is undergoing reduction, hence oxidizing agent. Okay. So just remember here somewhere we have to follow the classical concept of oxidation and reduction. Somewhere we have to follow the modern concept, that is the electronic concept, oxidation number concept, to verify the oxidizing and reducing character, or oxidizing agent and reducing agent. So now just one important thing is there. In a nutshell, what we can say, when zinc react with the concentrate HNO3, the product is NO2. And if you see that chart which I have shown you, that when HNO3 gain 1 electron, the product is NO2. When it gains 2 electron, product is NO. When it gains further 1 electron, product is N2O. It is concentrate HNO3. So the extent of reduction is less. Means soon after HNO3, which was the reduction product? NO2. NO2 is formed here. Okay. Soon after HNO3, once the HNO3 gain 1 electron, the product is NO2. If it gains 2 electron, product is NO. If it gains third electron, product is N2O. So just see here, extent of reduction is less. Why? Because HNO3 we have taken, that is concentrate. Okay. Of course metal was electropositive. Now if same reaction I will write, means reaction of zinc with dilute HNO3, then here NO2 remaining product will be same, but NO2 will not be the product here. Which will be the product? N2O will be the product here. That is the difference. So just see, N2O was in the last or not? As far as the order of extent of reduction is concerned, first one is NO2, second one is NO, third one is N2O. So extent of reduction is more in case of dilute. That same reaction I will write here. Just see here. Now rest everything is same, only just this product will be different. N2O will come here. So dear cadets, now just I have edited the previous reaction. In place of concentrate I wrote dilute, and these stoichiometric coefficient I have changed. Now rest everything is okay only, there is no issue. So just see, zinc react with HNO3, now dilute. So the product is zinc nitrate and 2 nascent hydrogen. Now it should be multiplied with 4. So now 4 to the 8 nascent hydrogen. Same nascent hydrogen is consumed by here by dilute HNO3, and product is this one, N2O plus 3H2O. So only this is the new reduction product. Now because we have taken the dilute, and now more the dilution, more will be the extent of reduction. Okay, so the last but one reduction product is N2O. So now what is there? HNO3 has to convert itself from HNO3 to N2O by gaining so many electrons. How many electrons is needed? Near about 3 electron is needed. And now strength of acid is here dilute. So more the dilution, more will be the extent of reduction. So now just add this one, rest everything is okay only, same only. Now here I wrote the conclusion also. Zinc plus concentrate HNO3, metal nitrate. If it is concentrate, so metal nitrate, NO2 and water is the product. But if it is dilute, so metal nitrate means zinc nitrate and N2O. What is the product here? N2O, nitrous oxide. What is this one? Nitrous oxide is the product, and water. So just see, metal nitrate common, water common. Which is the different one here? NO2 and N2O. In case of concentrate, and NO2. In case of dilute, N2O. Okay. In case of concentrate, once again NO2. In case of dilute, N2O. Okay. So that is the reaction of HNO3, concentrate HNO3 and dilute HNO3 with zinc, that is electropositive metal. Now reaction of concentrate and dilute HNO3 with less electropositive metal, that is copper. So just dear cadets, see the reaction of concentrate HNO3 with copper. So copper is a less electropositive metal, metal. Okay, so just try to understand. As compared to zinc, now step number first is now here different. In case of zinc, what was there? Zinc was reacting with concentrate HNO3. Am I correct or not? Here what is there? In the first step, concentrate HNO3 itself dissociate into H2O, 2NO2 and nascent oxygen. Means in the first step, here HNO3 is expressing themselves as a oxidizing agent. So why it has not expressed in case of zinc in the step number first only? Remember, just very simple thing I will tell. There, as compared to concentrate HNO3, zinc was the stronger metal in terms of electropositive character. So concentrate HNO3 allow the zinc that you should express yourself first. That is why in the step number first, zinc reduces HNO3 into nascent hydrogen. Okay. Here what is there? Copper metal is a weak electropositive metal, means less electropositive metal. Okay. So that is why HNO3 has expressed itself in the step number first as a strong oxidizing agent. So I wrote here, in first step HNO3 furnishes nascent oxygen due to weak reducing character of less electropositive metal copper. Okay. So now in step number first, concentrate HNO3 dissociated into H2O, NO2 and nascent oxygen. In step number second, this has been gained by the, means nascent oxygen has been gained by the HNO3, and now copper react with this one HNO3 and nascent oxygen and form copper nitrate and H2O. If you add these two reaction, you will get this one. So just see, in case of zinc also what was the product? Zinc nitrate, here also copper nitrate. Okay, there also NO2, here also NO2, and water. So similarity is there, similarity is there. Then what is the difference? Difference is there. The difference is in the step number first only. That is the difference. Okay, otherwise you may ask, na sir, what is the difference between that reaction and this reaction? Just see, in case of zinc, what was there? The manifestation of zinc character was first. Here the manifestation of concentrate HNO3 character is first. That is the difference. Okay, so now this is also completed, concentrate. Now what about with the dilute? Just see, with the dilute HNO3, step will be same only. Here what is there? This product will be different. Now since copper reacted with concentrate HNO3, that is why here product was NO2. Now when this will be dilute, just change this one, dilute. Here also write dilute HNO3. Okay, here also what is there? Dilute HNO3. So here product, this rest everything will be same only. This product only will change. Now this time product is NO. Now just see, in case of zinc, what was there? When zinc reacted with the dilute HNO3, product was N2O. Just see, that was the last, sorry, second last. Okay, extent of reduction was more or not? Here extent of reduction is less. Means before N2O, NO comes. Reason? Because of the weak reducing character of copper. There zinc was strong reducing agent. Now acid was also dilute. Both favorable condition was there. Here what is there? Only one favorable condition is there, that is the dilute HNO3. Okay, now second one, that is the copper, that is the weak reducing agent. That is why it should have been actually N2O, but N2O is not the product. Product is NO. Now here also it will be changed. Now here NO will be the product. Now this oxidation state will be +2. Okay, +2. Now please, balancing of the reaction is also required. Please balance the reaction. Now this time here 3 nascent oxygen will be there. Now here 2 copper, so it should be multiplied with 3. So 3 nascent oxygen. So here 3 copper will be there. Now ultimately here 8 HNO3. So 2 is already there. 3 2s are 6, 2 8. So here just change 8 HNO3. Now copper will also be there, 3. Now 3 H2O plus 1. So this will be 4 H2O. Now the number of NO will be here 2NO. What would be there? 2NO. Okay, so now reaction is balanced. Now rest, oxidizing character and reducing character will not change. Rest everything is same only. So ultimately what is the conclusion now? Just see here. In the conclusion you can write here. Just see. Copper plus conc HNO3. What about the product? Metal nitrate means copper nitrate. Metal nitrate plus NO2 plus water. Copper plus dilute HNO3. So what is here? Metal nitrate plus NO plus water. So one product is different here. Now similarly I am writing entire conclusion. I am writing with the zinc also. I am just completing. Zinc plus concentrate HNO3. What was the product? Zinc nitrate, that is metal nitrate plus NO2 plus water. Okay, now zinc plus dilute HNO3. What is the product here? Metal nitrate plus, just see, just now you have written. Before this reaction we have completed. Here what was the product? N2O. Okay, nitrous oxide plus what was there, plus water. Okay, so these are the differences and conclusion. So with the copper concentrate HNO3 when react NO2, when zinc react with concentrate HNO3 NO2 only. Now when copper react with the dilute, then product is, one of the product is NO. When zinc react with dilute HNO3, one of the product is N2O. So now summary is also completely completed. Just you remember the final product, everything is everything is same. So dear cadets, now we are heading towards the last tail of today's video. Just let us note some information. Already I explained this one. HNO2 is oxidizing agent plus reducing agent. Why? In one of the day video I have explained this one. HNO3 is acid plus strong oxidizing agent. Okay. Some metals like chromium, aluminium do not react with concentrate HNO3 due to formation of oxide layer on their surface. And this oxide layers renders them passive toward the concentrate HNO3. Okay. So remember, basically these are chromium and aluminium only. Now reaction of non-metal with concentrate HNO3. So just remember, non-metals carbon, phosphorus, sulfur, and iodine, these are non-metals. Non-metals only react with concentrate HNO3. They do not react with dilute HNO3. Reason that these non-metals are good oxidizing agent. Am I correct or not? Non-metals are strong oxidizing agent, and HNO3 that is also oxidizing agent only. Am I correct or not? So now try to understand, if you take dilute, so what is there? Both will be the strength. Non-metals are good oxidizing agent, and dilute HNO3 is also very good oxidizing agent. So always remember, in any of the chemical reaction, imbalance should be there. Means, are you getting my point or not? Just try to understand. One should be the strong oxidizing agent, so other should be the weak oxidizing agent or strong reducing agent. Isn't it? Mismatch should be there. Here what is happening? As dilute HNO3 is also a strong oxidizing agent, and this one, non-metals are, they are also strong oxidizing agent. So nature is same, that is why reaction won't be there. Concentrate HNO3 is with weak oxidizing agent. Okay, means their extent of reduction is less. So what is there? That is why HNO3 can react with the non-metals. I hope that you are getting. Am I correct or not? Just see, mismatch is needed. Means if one is strong, other should be the weak in opposite character. But that is weak in same character, then also reaction won't be there. So here what is there? Non-metals are strong oxidizing agent, and dilute HNO3 is also strong oxidizing agent. So reaction is not possible. It is possible in case of concentrate HNO3. Remember, whenever concentrate HNO3 react with the non-metals, it oxidizes that non-metal to their fullest oxidation state. Just see. Carbon fullest oxidation state is +4, sulfur fullest oxidation state is +6, phosphorus fullest oxidation state is +5, iodine fullest oxidation state is +5. Okay, so just see. But you will tell, sir, you have written H2SO4 and H2CO3. Don't worry, due course of reaction it comes. Just see. In the step number first, whatever non-metal you will take, the first step is same only. This HNO3 concentrate dissociate into H2O, NO2 and O. Okay. Now second step, I am taking that carbon. Okay. So the carbon here, again you will write here conc HNO3 plus nascent oxygen, which is furnished here. Then what would be there? What would be there? Just see. Product will be H2CO3 plus remaining product will be same only, like just a minute. this is concentrate here, HNO3 will not be there, here H2O will be there. Yes. So now product is H2CO3. Now here what should be there? The number of nascent oxygen should be 2. Now just check, reaction is balanced or not? Yes, reaction is here, right, 2. So 2 hydrogen, 6 oxygen, 4, 5, 6. Now every step is balance. Hydrogen is 2, oxygen is 3, every step is balance. Now just see here. At this 2 oxygen, it should be multiplied with 2. So this oxygen is cancelled out. Now this is 4HNO3, okay, plus carbon, plus how many H2O? 2 H2O plus 1 H2O, 3 H2O. Now here what is the product? Sorry. Now this H2O, 2 H2O is here, 1 H2O is here. So this will be cancelled out. It won't be there. In product side only 1 H2O will be present. Now here H2CO3 plus 2NO2 plus 1 H2O. Now just see. Here nitrogen is plus 5. Here nitrogen is NO2 plus 4. So plus 5 to plus 2 undergoing reduction. Hence what is there? Undergoing reduction. Hence what is this one? Oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent. Carbon was 0, but here carbon is plus 4. So 0 to plus 4. What is this one? Oxidation. Hence what is this one? This is reducing agent. What is this one? Reducing agent. Now remember this one. Just now I told that non-metals are oxidizing agent. Okay. But here I am writing carbon is reducing agent. With respect to concentrate HNO3 carbon is reducing agent. Try to understand. Remember, concentrate HNO3 will not react with the strong oxidizing agent non-metals. These you just see carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, iodine. These are weak metals. They are not very strong non-metals. They are not very strong non-metals. Strong non-metals are fluorine, chlorine, nitrogen, oxygen. These are the first members of P block elements. They are the strong non-metals. So just see, HNO3 is not reacting with them. These weak non-metals, they are reacting with HNO3. Weak non-metals means they are the weak oxidizing agent. Weak oxidizing agent means near to the reducing agent. Correct or not? Near to the reducing agent. Am I correct? That is why here carbon, this is what carbon is here undergoing oxidation, hence it is a reducing agent. Similarly, you can take here sulfur, okay, same product, only same product in the sense means the final product will be different, but step number first should be same in all the cases. So you try hard, you can do this one, there is no problem. Otherwise, in next video I will tell. As far as today's duration is concerned, this is completely completed. Check the reaction also. I think the reaction is balanced. 4HNO3. Now here write only one thing is not balanced. This is 4 because 2 2s are 4. 4NO2. Okay. So thank you.